Hey, what's up guys? Mopar for Life here. Today is June 2nd, 2020. This is my St. Augustine timeline. This is update number 4 for the current growing season. I just got done cutting the grass. Edging it. Today I basically wanted to, provide you with another update as far as, I will be applying root growth stimulant today. Last time out, I applied root growth stimulant, but I am following the lawn care schedule program. I set forth on March, I believe early March. So it is time for RGS once again. That is going to be the second application of the season. Areas that I basically wanted to update on were areas such as Exhibit A right here, Exhibit B, Exhibit C, and Exhibit D over there. Those are areas previously that I had ryegrass in. The ryegrass obviously doesn't look right with the St. Augustine. In the summertime, as the ryegrass tends to dry out a little bit faster, turn yellow, so it doesn't look right with the St. Augustine. So every year I have to come out and pull that out. The thing is, today I want to be able to pretty much get that RGS down and promote growth in those areas and stuff like that. Also, I went ahead and did something a little bit extra too today. I went ahead and aerated the lawn. I haven't done that this season. I normally do it every springtime, but with everything going on, it's just kind of late and stuff like that. So it took me a little bit of a minute because I am using a pretty much what am I using? I'm pretty much using a step aerator that I purchased from, I believe it was Home Depot. So it's one of these here, and Jesus, it's a really pain in the ass just to get 1,600 square feet done. I don't have a lot of lawn, but still, nonetheless, it's a little bit of workout. So in those areas, in those areas, I basically that are having a hard time growing and stuff like that. I noticed that those areas such as like right here and then right over there, and then like I said, right over there by the front, are pretty much having hard times growing. So, but I went and pretty much touch the soil and try to stuff just a pretty much just stuff a screwdriver in there, and the soil seems a little bit compacted. So I thought, hey, why not aerate right now? I know I got liquid aeration down that I want to throw down too, coming up later on in the season, but I think it's never too late to aerate as long as the grass is still growing, and it won't hurt. It could probably help alleviate some of that pressure, especially if it's compacted and stuff like that. So working on recovering those areas. I am pretty much still giving it the same watering schedule, so I know the deficiencies in those areas are not due to water or getting the right nutrients, food and stuff like that, because I'm giving all that. I'm giving it plus and more with obviously incorporating the next biostimulant pack, which I have yet to talk about too, and Milorganite. So definitely giving it everything it needs to get that extra boost through the growing season. Exhibit B over here seems to be growing okay. All those spots are seeming to be closing up. Same with Exhibit C right here. Another ryegrass area problem. I still do have some ryegrass in there. It's a battle. I have to constantly keep picking it out because the seeds just pretty much drop and everything gets regrowing again. And then out here, like I said, I've always had an issue out here. It's just two different types of grass and stuff like that. Same, but the difference is it's Bermuda grass. and that stuff is just vigorous, a little bit more vigorous than I would say St. Augustine at times. But so another war zone right here, just trying to fix up. But as you can see here, everything is growing in the areas that, you know, I would normally expect it to be growing. Another difference is, you know, over the past few years, I've always used steer manure. Instead of the Scott's Lawn Care program. So Scott's Lawn Care program is something new, but I've always used steer manure in the previous years. And in comparison to that, the steer manure, I think, runs a little bit ahead of the game here, as far as, you know, growing, how green it is, because in the past when I've used steer manure, the grass grew evenly all the way around. And when I say evenly, it just seems higher in certain areas, because I haven't mowed in about 3 weeks, and at the end of them 3 weeks up until today, the grass just seemed very unleveled like that. So it didn't look really as nice and even as it should be. So I think steer manure holds the win on that. And with the steer maneuver, I always applied the next products and stuff like that, and Milorganite, and, you know, aerated the lawn and all that kind of stuff. So the steer manure is the difference here. So I just wanted to put that out there. I think if I were to do this season again, without having it to evolve so quickly, I would have took the time and applied steer manure down. But nonetheless, it's all trial and error, and I'm gonna go ahead and follow the schedule like it should be. Continue to use the Scott's Care Lawn program, incorporate it with the next products, throw down the Milorganite, and hopefully this aeration can, you know, help me out here, and I can see some results, at least, you know, visible results next time around on update number 5. So I wanted to lay that out there. I'll go ahead and throw down the root growth stimulant now, then I'll throw down the Milorganite. Anyways, so I'll go ahead and do that, give it a deep watering, and then take it from there. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for today. As you can see, I started early this morning around 9 o'clock. It was a long day. Now that I think about it, ended up doing a little bit more. I think that the aeration of the lawn, the aerating of the lawn, really slowed me down, but took up a lot of my time. However, at the same time, I do think that aerating was very beneficial. So, in you know, and what I mean by that is really, I think, throwing down the Milorganite and laying down the RGS, you know, application. With doing that, I think, you know, it's really going to get down into them holes and allow them roots to really, you know, spread and, you know, get to another just level with the lawn over the next month. So next application will be coming July 1st. That will be the microgreen application. And at the same time, I will be throwing down another fertilizing of the Scott's Lawn Care program. I think that's what it calls for in the schedule. So coming July 1st, that will be I think it'll probably be, because we're at the 4th update now, that'll be around the 6th update, because in between there, like I said, I'll be throwing down the grub killer and stuff like that. But as you can see, those bald spots are really being covered up well by that growing St. Augustine. So I'll do a final walk around before I close out the day here. You know, just showing you what I've done. And I watered in pretty well each section, 45 minutes, just so, you know, I can get things, you know, just rolling in tomorrow and be on to the next mowing and stuff like that. So here's Exhibit A. You can see how I had a little boo-boo here too. I actually spilt some RGS in this area right here, so I'll definitely see the effects of that. I had to pretty much drench this area right here with water. I hope it doesn't do me wrong, but we will see in due time. As I walk over here to, here's another little spot right here where the dogs would just pee and stuff like that. Seems to be growing a little bit. I'm still waiting on them runners, you know what I mean? But over here, we're looking pretty good. Starting to see some runners and stuff like that going across them dead areas and stuff like that. So we also got another dead area over here. Like I said, dogs just pee in the same area every single time. But nonetheless, Exhibit C over here, you can see those spots covering up really well. No ryegrass. Well, I'm not gonna say no ryegrass around, but there is some, but not too much, because you can kind of see, everything I pulled out. So no ryegrass here. St. Augustine covering well. Got a couple runners too. You see some runners right there going across those dead areas. So I do believe as it starts to heat up into the hundreds, I don't think it'll go dormant right away, but it will provide one last push into those areas before summer dormancy. And then obviously Exhibit D over here, and so on up to the stop sign. Going to be waiting on these areas, and hopefully they do close in pretty well. So everything looking pretty good as I turn around and show you the grass from the front. Area looking really green. So I'll see you guys next time on the next update, probably a couple weeks from now, to see where we are at with the lawn. And also, oh no, God, this is just a trap for these sprinklers. I can't believe it. I just fixed all those too. Jesus. Anyways, I was walking up to my cherry tomato plant right here. I put this in about a month ago. It was about, you know, half a foot tall. Check it out now. So until next time, I'll catch you guys around the way. Be safe out there. Peace out. Feel this. For $250.
What?
Ow.
$250 for this.